Well, the failure of disaster programs to help Louisiana farmers is what prompted Congressman Ralph Abraham to host a special listening session focused on the 2018 Farm Bill. Abraham sits on the House Agriculture Committee and will be on the front lines of writing the document that will guide farm programs for the next 5 years. As TWILA's Avery Davidson shows us, this is the first session of its kind for the new Farm Bill held anywhere in the country.
When disaster strikes a field of soybeans at harvest, there is only one place a farmer can turn: disaster provisions in the Farm Bill.
This is the roadmap that sets the game plan, right? The book of work, the book of business for the largest industry in America.
Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain is part of the first panel to discuss the upcoming 2018 Farm Bill at this listening session organized by Congressman Ralph Abraham. This is the first such listening session for the Farm Bill, and the agricultural leaders gathered in the Rayville High School auditorium are quick to point out that when disaster strikes in Louisiana, a farmer has his full investment in the field, hoping for a profitable return. But disaster programs do not give profit. They only give a percentage of the costs to grow the crop.
The disaster provisions of the Farm Bill are woefully inadequate, because we have to go back to Washington every time we have a national disaster to get special monies. Well, the Farm Bill is designed to handle that, but it doesn't. It's clear, it's obvious, we have to deal with that.
It is really important to us to get a better safety net, because we've been hammered with weather, with rains, with floods, with wind damage from hurricanes, and you know, it's something that right at this point in time, our crop insurance program, that's the national crop insurance, is not really adequate, and it's not set up to manage the needs of Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau President Ronnie Anderson says it's vital to agriculture as a whole to participate in listening sessions like this one.
If we don't, as producers, let him know what we need and what worked well in the 2014 bill and what we'd like to see in the next Farm Bill, then they really don't know what to do. And we're fortunate with him being connected to agriculture like he is. He understands our needs, but you got to talk to him. You got to explain what worked for us and ask for tweaks to what's there, and to try to encourage them to maintain the funding that we need in all of the farm programs that's really essential to the food supply of the world.
For the dairy industry, the Farm Bill works well in parts of the country like the Midwest and North. But as Louisiana Farm Bureau Dairy Advisory Committee Chairman Eugene Robertson points out, it's hot and humid in the South, conditions that have led to a sharp decline in dairy farms in Louisiana. He says it would help if there were regional provisions to support dairy.
Just something to consider the area that the southern dairy farmers are in, and a lot of them in other states, Mississippi, Alabama, they all lose in the dairy farms. And it's just something that we could do to sort of pump that up would be great.
Crop insurance, disaster recovery funding, those two big issues seem to be at the heart and soul of most of this testimony.
Congressman Abraham says he's documenting all of the testimony and bringing it straight to the House Ag Committee.
We need to be on the front end of this new Farm Bill that we're writing, and as you have seen today, our panel of experts, Commissioner Strain, state leaders, regional leaders, it was just a phenomenal group of men and women that had wonderful contributions, wonderful recommendations of what is good and what necessarily is not good about the current Farm Bill.
And one group Abraham says his staff will turn to throughout the process is the Louisiana Farm Bureau.
The Farm Bureau is a phenomenal organization that helps me immensely in formulating policy, educating me on implementation of that policy, so we will be working neck and neck with the Farm Bureau.
Because as any farmer knows, it's only when everything comes together that anything productive can grow. In Rayville, I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
According to Abraham, House Ag Committee Chairman Mike Conaway of Texas will be part of the conference committee once the 2018 Farm Bill passes both houses of Congress. Abraham says that's very good for Louisiana because Congressman Conaway will have all of the testimony from this listening session at his fingertips while Congress molds the final form of the Farm Bill.